Welcome back to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John, and this is Josh. And today, friends, we're coming at you with a video, another update on our community situation. We got kind of an expose on the Old Republic toy store. I'm sure you've been aware of this, but they're out of business apparently as of December. And we kind of got some little bits to go over here, just kind of explore what had happened, what's going on, and what you might be able to potentially do to kind of help you. But this is just kind of going to go over the Old Republic situation, Old Republic collectible situation. Josh, how you feeling about this one?
So yeah, we got some more drama, some more people getting their money stolen. Yeah, it's getting scary out there because this is like, I would say the third one, right? We've had Megalopolis, Dorkside, and now
Yeah.
Collectibles. And to be honest, like this one I kind of saw coming, just because how small they were, and there was some weird stuff that we're gonna talk about that they did. But like, yeah, it's kind of crazy out there. So just be careful for where you buy it from. Like I would say in this current economic situation, I know it's bad to say, but maybe try to avoid the smaller retailers just to be safe.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's some hard times for sure out there, and you want to do that safer bet. Maybe later on when things are looking a little bit better economically, we can maybe support these smaller companies. But as of right now, like it's not a good bet. It's not a good bet. Let's go ahead and jump into our show here. First up, what we got here is just some kind of community posts that we've been seeing. Unfortunately, Old Republic did shut off post comments when they announced that they were going out of business, I believe. And I
No,
believe there was some blocking that was happening as well prior to
I
that.
shut it down prior,
Okay.
and that's when people kind of were like getting scared because they shut down
Yeah.
their website, they shut down their social media, they shut down their Instagram basically, and they said, "Oh, it's going under maintenance," and so um, things, yeah, were just getting weird from like a couple months back, really.
Right. So let's take a look here. We have Life with Ted's. He's saying, or they're saying, how stupid can you be to actually post that folks will be elated they're closing? Self awareness only at the end. And then we
So
have,
this is funny just because like so when they did their going out of business post,
oh,
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
like just being bitter and salty, like saying like, "Oh, we know you guys all wanted this," and it's like what are they even doing? They're just crazy.
Yeah, it's an interesting move for sure. Especially if you had interactions with Old Republic collectibles, you were just like, yeah, this is gonna happen to me, right? You already had that fear inside in the back of your mind, and for them just to confirm it, it's like, what are you talking about? Of course, that I knew this was gonna happen. All right, and then we have Jeff here. They're saying they're leaving a lot of customers in the dark. I agree about open pre-orders right now. I was personally gaslit, yikes, by the owners when I inquired recently in since their website was down for several weeks. Hope they communicate to their customers on next steps. And of course, that's not happening, right?
It's not happening, and it's not just Jeff. There's been several people commenting and sharing the stories that like people have been getting the runaround, not just for the past months, but like not for weeks, but like for months. People have been saying like they've been there's like been items that were supposedly in stock but were out of stock like in June, and they were like, "Oh, you can just get another item," or "Oh, you
Right, right, right.
this," and they're like, "Can I just get a refund?" And they said like, "No, they weren't giving out refunds. They were just like giving."
Yikes! Yeah, that's that's always big trouble when a company does not want to refund you the money
Refund
that
your money. Yeah.
yeah, always a big thing. That means they're holding on to capital.
Big
That means they're holding on to cash flow, and that's not good. All right, next up we have here from Brad. I have unfollowed them yesterday because they said something about Mattel indoctrinating kids. What the fuck?
Yeah, so not and it's not just Brad. A lot of people, and I saw some of the posts too about it. Um, they were just a weird company. It's like if you
You know what, dude?
they're very Christian, like they post
Yeah,
a lot
yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
posts, and they were like big into like those conspiracy theories. Like I'm sure they're part of like Pizzagate, like Elsagate,
Right,
all that.
right.
And so they just talked some weird things.
You know what? Thinking back when I first like heard about him, when a Yak Face was first posting about him and sharing them, I remember I looked into them and then I checked out their profile and it's just like they were just like, yeah, it was just overt Christian themes. So yeah, of course they're going to fall into that hole. Yikes, that's weird, and that's why honestly that's why I stayed away from them is because they're just like just a weird vibe, just that
Yeah,
overt
that's what I'm saying.
Christian.
Yeah, nothing wrong with like religion or anything, but like you do your
No,
thing. It's just a red flag when they talk about like these conspiracy theories. Like,
within your business, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, believe what you want to believe, but don't bring it up. All right, we have a late night here. He says I felt sorry for them for a second, but they have been ignoring my emails about my orders over the last year for weeks. At the moment, they are lying thieves, oh boy, in my books, stolen money from people, and have been ignoring customers' concerns. Total trash company.
I
Honestly, I feel like that sums it up.
Yeah, it does. I really like this, and this kind of made me think back to like Dorkside, to where like I was starting to feel sorry for them, but in the end, I think this comment applies to both all three of the companies, right?
Yes, yeah,
Because they all kind of did dirty things to steal people's money in the end, and
right.
they kind of knew what they were doing because they know that they're in hot water, but they're
Yeah,
still orders, taking people's money. Uh,
right.
and
This
so
is this isn't a car accident that just happens to you. This is
yeah,
something that is progressing over months, over years.
yeah,
Yeah, no. And the three companies, of course, are Megalopolis, Dorkside, and now Old Republic Collectibles. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into here. Here, they posted about their Rex figure. Now, this, of course, wasn't anyone's fault outside of the producer, which
Hasbro's
was
fault.
Hasbro's fault, right? It wasn't any retailer, it wasn't any online store, it was Hasbro's fault. And so they're saying, as you're aware, this is Old Republic Collectibles talking, of course. They're saying, as you're aware, Rex is being canceled for the fans. Now that this news is broke, we will offer our customers the following options. This is what they're saying. They're saying, hey, we understand the situation. This is what we're willing to give you, right? This is some type of penance, right? Like, hey, this is something. They're going to be replacing your figure with any two Black Series figures available, or one deluxe Black Series a figure, as well as a 15% off code for the aggravation or a refund. Now, did any of those options happen?
Okay, I'm sure it did for some people. But I was reading, people were saying like they had some Black Series in stock, and when they said they ordered that one, they're like they got canceled. Like one customer said, and he said he emailed them about it, like why'd you cancel an in stock order? And they're like, oh, because those figures are allocated for somebody else already. So he's like, that's weird. Okay, then I'll just get my refund. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, we're not giving refunds. And so some people were saying like, getting refunds. Some people were saying that they had figures available, but they said they were not available. And some people were saying they were getting their things, but so it's kind of just like how it is. Like some people get through and some people don't.
Right, like the first, let's say they had 20 of those whatever figure you wanted. The first 20 of those people got it. The rest of them, sorry, we're going to list it as in stock on our website,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
And
not
they said like
available.
an email from them saying like, oh, those are allocated for somebody else, which makes no sense whatsoever. It's just the company lying, giving them.
Well, like the other comment said, it's gaslighting,
Yeah,
right? You're saying,
yeah, yeah.
hey, no, we
Just to
got it.
keep them on there so they don't like go to their credit card,
Right,
and
yeah. All right, let's keep going here. This is something from Old Republic Collectibles saying this was kind of in November, late October, right?
this is dated November 30th, and this is why I
Okay.
wanted to bring because this is November 30th. Go ahead and read this first.
All right, let's go ahead and see what they said. They're saying, alert, alert. While we work on our inventory and enhancements, their site has been down, by the way. Please note we will not bring in these items. While Hasbro Pulse continues to charge daily price increases and excessive delays and non-existent ETAs and faux ETAs, we realize through much of social media there is not much interest in the ATST, right? This is the vintage ATST
Yeah,
non-carded card
yeah.
reissue. The price point is atrocious. Where's Muffy? Where's Muffy from Arthur? Vom atrocious. And for a repack and non-carded repack of an old figure is an absolute embarrassment. We will thoroughly look into the bunker as we appreciate its design and details. Hasbro Pulse has demonstrated even their own price increases are an issue, with the Cassian Andor PulseCon exclusive and Akbar exclusive now available via fan channels. These price increases are a blatant abuse of inflation when the national inflation rate is 8 to 9% and their product price product price increases by over 50%. Until this issue is resolved, we will be very selective in what we bring in. Hence, why we no longer bring in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or Marvel Legends, etc. at Hasbro. So it sounds like they're kind of passing the buck here.
It does, but everything they said is facts, though. In my opinion, everything they said is facts. Like it's true. Like the inflation is that,
Yeah.
that's right, about 8-9%. But whereas we see these figures have increased more than that, which doesn't correlate with everyone's price increases. So we know Hasbro is using the excuse of inflation to kind of increase prices at their whim, and it is true, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to eat for like over $100 for a garbage figure, a garbage repack. Like the figures and the ATs were repacked. Nothing new about it.
Right.
So, like, of course, these guys are lying thieves, but also Hasbro has a lot to do with the fall, I would say, of all three companies.
Yeah, and we talked about that in our episode, in our Dork Side episode, right? Like, it is hard to run a company when the product you're trying to get is increasing on you, right? That changes your margins.
Yeah, increasing margin, and also sometimes trash product like the
True.
ATST and the vintage collection, and
And
sometimes
the
Mighty Morphin
Eternals
or like
wave.
head warmers like Eternal Marvel Legend Eternals. Exactly, like those resellers just got screwed with that.
Right, and if you don't have enough capital and investors in you, you sink, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And yeah, like the delays and the cancellations, like with the Rex, like
Yeah, that
bull crap.
hurts a lot. Hurts everybody. Hurts everyone down the line. All right, and then we have here Old Republic Collectibles saying that our site is still down. We are working on the issue. Here's a placeholder for the interim. Link in bio.
Liar!
Yeah,
This is just them gaslighting and lying to us, giving us the runaround. They know what's going on because, like I said, this is all within the end of November. These two posts,
yeah,
and like the next month, they're closed down. Like the site never went up. The
yeah.
site never went.
I think this is the last post before they announced that they were closing. And so to like literally lie to your customers and saying we're still working on things while you're like basically already going bankrupt and just like basically closing things up and trying to get as much money as you can from people, you announce new pre-orders so you can get more money from people.
Exactly right. Like no way that they say new pre-orders a post, and then a month later they close down. That makes no sense. Like they
Right.
knew
They knew. Oh yeah, 100% they knew that they were.
stealing money.
Yeah, they're stealing money here. This is 100% trying to get your money. It's interesting and sad that a company goes down, but honestly, like the way they did this, again, we can see here that no comments are available on this post.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I said, yeah, they closed it down like a couple weeks before.
All right, and here we have some products that they're listing. Now, these are not fan channel exclusives. These are not general releases. These are exclusives that they are soliciting on their site.
Yeah, and this is kind of why the community hated them, but it was just shoved down our throats by Yakface, which, it's not Yakface's fault that a company steals and does that. But when you hold that much influence, I think, in a community and you're getting paid to basically advertise these people, I would say it's not all his fault, but there is some culpability because not very many people would have even heard about this company in
True.
the first wasn't for him.
That's
And
true.
like
That's true.
rammed it down our throats. Like it was every post he posted. It was with these guys.
Yeah, that's true. I think he definitely, or sorry, they definitely hold some responsibility. Like they're not responsible for the company going down and stealing money, but they definitely brought traffic in. They are influencers and they did influence people, and so that caused some people to lose money.
Exactly. And yeah, so like these are Walmart exclusives, right? And it's
Right.
like, how are they getting these? To this day, I don't know how they're getting all these exclusives. And they're also like marked up from like the regular retail. Because like that Spider-Man was 27, the Lizard I think was 28 or 27. And so they're charging 44 for the Lizard.
I mean, they're scalping.
Exactly. So I don't know how they're doing this. And we'll go to the next. Like the next
Yeah.
is I think it's Target exclusive. Yeah, these are Target exclusives. So it's like, how is this possible? I don't understand really.
From what I understand, and from what I've kind of been following Nerdzoic because Nerdzoic's kind of been with us here, following these falls of these companies. What he said is that he can place an order. He can place because he has the capital. Because he has the capital. Yeah, because he has the capital for that, for being able to put big orders. He's able to like pull these exclusives away from collectors and then turn around and post it on his site. So that's why these are so
What do
hard
you
to
mean? Like
get.
Hasbro or buying it from like Walmart and Target?
No, buying it from the retailer.
From Hasbro.
No, from Walmart and Target.
What? Like cases?
Yeah. They're the ones that's why these are so hard to get, is because these companies are going in there and saying, "Hey, here's this amount of money. I need this amount of figures." These cases, right? And the bing bing bing
Really?
bing. They get it diverted to them, and then we're stuck there waiting at midnight and oh, it's all sold out.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Dang.
That's how these
That's why
companies
it's
operate.
going down. Good riddance, baby.
Yeah, it helps our community as like individual collectors 100% because these people were snatching this stuff up, and we, you can't compete against a corporation or a company that has potentially different means of acquiring these things, and so
Yeah, because these Target exclusives are supposed to be $27, and then this is what
the
Amazon
Amazon exclusives.
and Walgreens exclusives.
Yeah, these guys have the capital to just put down an order of 10 or 20 and just be like, "Here, here's the case. Thank you. Bye."
That's crazy.
So but yeah, there's just more scalping tactics here from these exclusives. Here's another set of GameStop
GameStop,
and Target,
Target.
which
Okay, but
that
this one,
Galen Erso went cheap. I don't know why they were. If you bought it for 32, man, I'm so sorry.
and see, this is why I put these two at the very end.
Yeah,
That exact point that you just mentioned. So I think this is what also contributed to them falling because they're banking on that these exclusives are going to sell out, and then
and they did not.
this Sev and this Galen, I put these two at the end because these both went on sale. Like Sev is still currently available on GameStop, I think for like 16 or 18 bucks regular.
Yeah.
Like he fluctuates. He goes down to 20, 16, 18.
Yeah,
And Galen, dude, you could find him for like 689. I found like 5 at every single Target went, right?
yep.
And so imagine them buying these for what was it, like 23 or 25 bucks cases, right?
Cases.
Now they're just stuck with them.
They're just
So this is like where scalping, kind of just slapped them in the face.
backfires. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what. Yeah, I think that's what also contributed to their kind of demise.
Right. They spent that money and they never got it back.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that is the old Republic Collectibles story of kind of what they went down with there. I agree. They definitely understood what their situation and they kept lying to people and taking their money. Honestly, right now, our big boys, our trusted, our 100%ers is going to be Big Bad Toy Store. They've always been consistent. They do, charge a little more, but maybe that extra charge is that sense of security that you're paying for. You're going to get your figure.
Yeah, and honestly, actually, I don't charge that much anymore. I don't think even they have a premium anymore because I think now everybody's charging 25, and I think they're 25. They were charging 25 before, and I think they just kept 25.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it just kind of
like,
matched up.
yeah, and something like to note with this like is, they have exclusive rights to like Storm Collectibles.
True.
They have I Love Loot, which like it means they must have.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Like they had to have huge spaces, right, to do that program, and so that's what kind of makes me kind of like feel that I can trust them because they have those two things backing them.
Yeah.
And then with Entertainment Earth, I was reading an article about these guys, and they've been in business for 30 plus years. And then recently, they just got a massive cash influx from an investment company. So Entertainment Earth is like growing here really quickly.
Yeah, so here we have Entertainment Earth partners with iVest Consumer Partners and Equity Group Investment to accelerate growth. Right? Basically, what this just article kind of explains is that, hey, this is a company, a bunch of people saying, hey, we agree with this, the business model. We see growth, we see potential in this company. Here's a bunch of money so that they can gather up those things, and basically, either install different like shipping methods or hire more people on, just more customer service people. Like it's a really good sign, like that. Not toy collectors are investing, but actual business people are investing into this company because they see that potential.
Yes, and also as you guys can read this article, you guys can look it up. But they mentioned that they had like people come in with other strategies for like potential to like make growth, right? And that's why I was wondering, maybe that's why we're seeing these better deals than they had before. That maybe the companies
That's
saying,
true.
like,
That's true, man.
bring in better sales because then people are going to buy with us. They have experience with us, they trust us, and then they'll buy regularly. And this is posted August 2nd, 2022. So like they got this money just barely. So
Right.
these guys anytime soon.
And that's kind of when we started seeing those big sales. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Entertainment Earth usually wasn't a place for sales. Like you could get stuff
No way.
randomly, but nothing sells. And now they're like doing these clearance sales, 70% off, 40% off.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
really good, really good for them. Again, honestly, like buy from who you trust. Right?
yeah,
I'm gonna echo Nerd Zoic here. Buy from who you trust. Entertainment Earth, Big Bad, those are currently our most trusted, biggest competitors. And yeah, it's only two, but it's better than going to some weird site where you just don't know what's going to happen.
Mhm. Yeah, and maybe this is actually like a good thing too. That like kind of like the swamp got cleansed, right? The swamp is cleansed, and these two guys like
They
now
stand stood.
if they have more business from people, that also I feel like can drive their profit margins up, so they can have better sales, they can have better
Yeah,
things because they're making more money because of how much more customers they have.
that's true. And yeah, no, 100% because they can because they're getting more influx of cash, they can do different things. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's going to end our Old Republic overview of what's going on there. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hate to kind of plug our show here, but if you do go to Entertainment Earth, please use our code BROTHERS for 10% off your in stock item orders. Yeah, man, it sucks to see another one go, but man, these companies that are going have been stealing. So,
Yeah, they have been.
all right, well, this has been John, and this is Josh, and we'll catch you guys later.
So yeah.